Good morning, everyone. We are starting today design of gazette bases. See, in design of gazette bases, first you need to understand the parts, whatever parts you have. First, you need to understand regarding the parts. This is the base plate, and this is the overhang length, and this is the cantilever, and this is the bolted connection. Uh, Here you have one gazette plate. This is the column, and this is the cleat angles you are providing. This is the cleat angles you are providing. This is the plan view. This is the elevation part. In elevation part, you can see that how the bolted connections are being arranged with respect to the columns and with respect to the overhang sections. So this is nothing but regarding the gazette plates. Gazette plates are provided when there is an interlocking between two or three things. So two or three panels of structures, then only you can find the gazette basis. So to determine the gazette basis, these are some formulas are there, but we'll go with aspect to the as per the steps which are being taken while designing. So coming to the problem, a column of ISHP 350 at 661.2 Newton per meter subjected to a compressive factored load of 1800 kilonewton. See, this factored load is given already. Design a suitable bolted gazette base. See, it is not asking a welded gazette base. It is asking a bolted gazette base. The base rests on M15 grade concrete. See, generally in gazette bases, we are taking concrete strength as 15 to 25. 15 to 25 only we are taking. Use 24 mm diameter of bolt. So diameter of bolt is also given. It is not given diameter of whole bolt. It is only given diameter of bolts of grade 4.6 for making connection between gazette plate and column flanges. For making connection between gazette plate and column flanges. So ISHB 350 at 661.2 Newton per meter. So this is the section given to us. Go to PU 1800 kilonewton, M15 grade, D is 24 mm, that is bolt. So FUB is 4.6, that is 4 into 100, 400 Newton per mm square. FI is 250 Newton per mm square. Go to steel table. In steel table, you can find rolled steel beams. So I have already said you where to go. In rolled steel beams only you can find in steel table. This is regarding table number 4. If you go to steel table, you can find this. So there you will find the H as 350 mm, breadth of flange 250 mm, thickness of flange 11.6, thickness of wedge 8.3. This is step 1. Step 2. Then step 3 is you need to find bearing strength of concrete. Bearing strength of concrete 0.45 FCK, that is 0.45 into 15, 6.25 Newton per mm square. Then step 4 is required area of base plate. Required area of base plate is nothing but factored load divided by bearing strength of concrete. Factored load is 1800 kilonewtons. Bearing strength of concrete is 6.25. How 6.25? 0.45 into FCK. So we'll get here area. Area in terms of mm square. If you want to convert in meter square, you can convert, or else you keep it as 26.66 into 10 to the power of 4 mm square. There is no any trial and error issue that if you want to convert in mm square, you can convert it, or else you can keep it in meter square also. Then in step 5, see this step 5 is very important. Adopt thickness of gazette plate has 16 mm. See already this you need to remember. This you need to remember. Note, do not take less than 16 mm plate thickness. You need not to take less than 16 mm plate thickness. One more thing is very important in this, that the gazette angle is chosen so as to accommodate. The gazette angle is chosen so as to accommodate 2 bolts in vertical leg and 1 bolt in horizontal leg. See, this is the standard case. This is the standard condition. You need to remember it. You should not take plate less than 16 mm. And one more thing you need to take, that you need to provide 2 rows of bolts in vertical leg and 1 row of bolt in horizontal leg. Then to calculate this cleat angle, what is this cleat angle A and B? This is not area. This I have taken with respect to the new numbering. I have done numbering A and B. To calculate this unequal angle, this outstanding leg and connecting leg, this leg I am telling you, outstanding leg and connecting leg, you need to calculate as So if you take this to calculate unequal angle, these two boards are there. This is end distance, this is end distance, this is pitch distance. So for vertical leg, the formula is A is equal to 2 into E plus P, and E is how much? 1.5 into D naught. D naught is 24 plus 2, clearance distance 2640 mm. P is 2.5 into D, 2.5 into 24. So P is 60 mm. So A is 2 into E plus P, that is 2 into 40 plus 60, that is nothing but 140 mm. B is 2 into E, that is 2 into 40, that is 80 mm. What is B here? B is nothing but our connecting leg. B is nothing but our connecting leg. This is our connecting leg, this is outstanding leg. So outstanding leg, how much you are getting? B is equal to 2 into E. These are all the standard formulas. There is uh, no any derivation for this. You need to remember these are all standard formulas. These formulas are not given in code book. These formulas are not given in code book for gusset plates. You need to derive it, or you can remember these formulas directly. So B is equal to 2 into E. So if you take this end distance, you'll get as 26 mm. So when you revise this angles, you will get E is equal to 2 into E plus P. That is 2 into 40. 2 into 40 plus 60. 2 into 40 plus pitch distance as 60. Then B is 2 into E. 2 into edge distance. So that is nothing but 80 mm. So this is 140 mm and this is 80 mm. So now go to steel table, because what we got this as connecting leg, but we need to go with the steel tables. That's why go to steel table, select unequal angles from steel table, rolled steel. That is ISA 150 into 150. If you go to rolled steel angles, you can find here. Just I'll scroll it. See this one, rolled steel unequal angles. What we had got 140 into 80. So 140 into 80 is highly difficult to find here. 140 into 75 is there. Only outstanding leg is there, but connecting leg is not there. So what we need to take? We need to take the angles with respect to the connecting leg and outstanding leg. So that is why 150 into 150. This part you need to remember. Once again, I will repeat it. For connecting leg and outstanding leg, you need to determine this 150 into 115, because both the condition has to be satisfied. That is connecting leg as well as outstanding leg. So coming to the thickness. See, coming to the thickness. So see, the thickness of the gusset angle should be same as the thickness of gusset plate. See, whatever we are taking thickness, but whatever we have calculated the thickness, that should be almost equal or less than. It should not be more than that. So what we have adopted, the thickness is 16 mm. Better you remember this value 16 mm. So don't take 18, 20 and all, because sometimes you will not get safe. You will get unsafe designs. So better you remember 16 mm for your examination point of view. See, exact thickness you cannot find in steel table. So 16 mm only you cannot find. The plus or minus 1 can be taken place. So 150 into 115 into 15 mm. So now see 115, how it is 15 means. See 16 mm, I'm not having 16 mm thickness. The maximum for this thickness is 15 mm. So that is why I'm taking it as 15 mm. Length of base plate for bolted connection. Length of base plate for bolted connection. This is the fixed formula. L is equal to depth of section. Depth of section nothing but height of section, plus 2 times of thickness of gusset plate. 2 times. This is one side. This is one side. 2 times of thickness plus 2 times the leg length. This one leg length and this is one leg length. So 350 plus 2 into 16 is our gusset plate and 115 is our leg length. That is nothing but connecting leg length. 115. See this part. 150 into 115. This is our connecting leg length. So minimum hover angle you can provide as 4 mm. Generally 4 to 6 mm we are providing, but as per this problem is concerned, we are providing with respect to 4 mm. So better, see whatever values I am giving in notes, and these are all standard values. Better you remember, go with it. So your design will be safe and no need to revise the designs. Because once you are stuck up anywhere, if you get unsafe value means, again to design from starting, it will take another 10 to 15 minutes of time. So better remember the standard values for examination point of view, so that it will be easy for you and safer to design. So L is 6 to L plus overhang. See overhang, this part overhang and this part overhang. So that is nothing but L is equal to 6 to L plus 8, 620 mm. So now step 7 is width of base plate. See now we want width. See we have length here. Length we have already calculated 620. Length of base plate I am taking, not length of gusset plate. Remember this. Always gusset, there are 4 conditions there. First you need to determine length of base plate, length of gusset plate, length of cleat angles, length of outstanding leg and connecting leg. So here by area already we know 26.66 into 10 to the power of 4 already we have calculated at the top. So B is equal to 430 mm. So don't take this area. Don't take this area. This is just a notations are given A into B, but never take this area. Whatever is given in steel table, no, don't take that area. Take area which you have calculated at the top, which you have calculated the area required, because we are not taking the area of angles. We are taking the area of base plates. So already we have calculated the area of base plates. So breadth is 430 mm. So step 8 is area to be required. Area to be required, A dash into L into B. See this is revised 620 into 430. See sometimes it is coming equal, because why it is happening 26.66 here also, 26.66 here also. It might come equal but not every time. So step 9 is intensity of pressure for the concrete pedestal. Intensity of pressure for concrete pedestal is W is equal to PU by A less than 0.45 FCK. So W is 1800 divided by 26.66, that is 6.75 Newton per mm square less than 0.45 into 15. See, sometimes it is coming same, but it should come less than. Actually, if it is if it is 6.75, it should come around 6.20 or something like that. So if you want, that means you can take this area more. You can increase this breadth width more. See, in this problem, it is coming equal, but remember the condition should satisfy always. This problem is equal. No need to take and no need to just determine. But this problem is coming equal. Then there is nothing wrong in this. If you get like that. So the thickness of the base plate is completely equated by movement of the critical section. See this thickness, you need to remember this formula. This formula is not given in code book. This formula is not given in code book. So C1 2.75 into W by Fy. So C1 is the portion of base plate acting as a cantilever. T is the thickness of the angle plus thickness of the base plate. This T is nothing but thickness of the angle and plus thickness of base plate. This portion of the base plate is acting as a cantilever. See, if you see the figure here, gusset plate figure, see this portion, whatever this C distance is acting from this point to this point, this is the cantilever portion of that. Why we are providing cantilever means there is some part of movement are existing more at this point. Movements are existing more at this point due to overhanging section. So to avoid that overhanging section or rupture of the section, we are providing just some part of overhang with respect to the cantilever section, cantilever part. So coming to that thickness, so thickness is equal to C1, what is C1 formula? Leg length minus thickness plus overhang. Leg length minus thickness plus overhang. What is leg length? 115 minus 15 is our thickness. 15 which thickness? This part. 15 is of this part. This thickness. This thickness is our 15. So leg length minus thickness plus overhang, 115 minus 15 plus 4. So 104, T is equal to 104, 2.75 into 6.75 by 250. This T is nothing but this part. 2.75 into W is 6.75. Or W, this is W we have got here, 0.45 FCK. This revised condition, 0.45 FCK we have got. We have taken that W. See this part I am talking. So by this condition, you can find the W here. So T is equal to 28.33 mm. T is thickness of base plate. So T is thickness of base plate. T is equal to T minus thickness of angle. T is equal to T minus this. What we want, the thickness of base plate, that is capital T. But we have analyzed here only small t. So that's why to determine capital T, there is one formula. T is equal to T minus thickness of angle. T is equal to 28. 28 is our this part, small t, minus thickness is 15. 15 already we have got the unequal angle thickness, that is 15. So T is, capital T is 13 mm. So thickness of base plate should not be less than the gusset plate. See, this we are getting 13 mm now, but 16 mm is acting more. See what happens here when you are having less plate thickness, more plate thickness, the connection of bolting will become very problematic. So for that purpose, we are providing everywhere thickness as equal only. If you calculate this part carries around weightage marks, but you can take it if it is getting 20 mm, then there is no issue. If you are getting the higher values more than 16 mm, then there is no issue. But since you are getting here less than 16 mm, there is some part of you need to analyze or revise the design. So not to revise the design, directly you take the thickness, because already I have mentioned here T is equal to 16 mm. So 620 into 430 into 16 mm is nothing but our base plate. So now height of gusset plate is connected leg length plus 2 times of end distance plus pitch distance. So width of gusset plate is equal to width of base plate. So connected leg length is 150 plus 2 times of edge distance. End distance is 40 plus pitch distance 60. 60 we have got, 40 also 1.5 times of D naught. Pitch is equal to 2.5 times of D. So H is equal to 290 mm. Breadth is 430 mm. See why we are taking a breadth, width of base plate is equal to width of gusset plate. So both we are keeping it as equal. So 290 into 430 into 60 mm is our gusset plate thickness. So now last part of our problem is design of bolted connection. So VDSB is equal to FUB by root 3 gamma MP NNANB plus NSASB. This you can find in page number 75 of IS 800 2007. So what we are taking here? We are taking the failures in thread section only, not in shank section. So NN is equal to 1 and NS is equal to 0. So 400 by root 3 into 1.25, 0.78 into pi by 4 into d square. D square is nothing but 24 square. So 65.19 kilonewton. So VDPB is 22.5 kb dt. FU by gamma MB. Gamma MB is nothing but our partial safety factor. So KB is equal to E by 3D naught. P by 3D naught minus 0.25. FUB by FU 1.0. So if you analyze all these things, whichever the smaller values you are taking, you should consider that. Then if you substitute all this value in design of plate, then you can find 160 kilonewton. So bolt value, whichever is smaller, you take. VDSB and VDPB, this is all repeated. You can understand 65.19 kilonewton. See why we are taking 50% of load transfer. This is one of the biggest question is there now. See, if you consider this figure, if you take the design of gusset place, whatever the load is acting, we are taking with respect to 50% of that section only. We are taking with respect to 50% of the section only, because the load is coming at a uniform rate. The load is coming at a uniform rate. No need to calculate for 100%, because here we are having the same gusset plate thickness. Here also we are having same gusset plate thickness. Here also angles are same. Here also angles are same. Here also the arrangement of bolts being same. Here also arrangement of bolts being same. So whatever the bolts we are arranging, it's a very similar or symmetrical manner. You cannot use the word here symmetrical, because the angles can vary. But sometimes we are generally in practical design also we are considering only 50% of the load. So that is why we have taken here 50%. So now 50% of PU by bolt value 0.5 into 1800 by 65.19. So we are getting as 14 bolts, but you take it as, because we are arranging 2 rows. So arranging 2 rows means 7 bolts will come. That is the odd number of bolts. You should not keep it, because there is a failure of rupture or critical sections. So we are keeping it as 16 bolts. So remember, always provide number of bolts in even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then upper portion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the lower portion. So both are 16 bolts. So at last you need to provide this condition. Provide 8 bolts of 24 mm dia on each flange in 2 rows. Provide 8 bolts of 24 mm dia to connect base plate and gusset angle in 1 row. So if you this part why we are writing means we should check for detailing part also. See, if I show you the detailing part, this is our 430 mm and this is our concrete pedestal. We have not designed here, but it is not asked in question. So next problem we will design on pedestal. But see here how the column flanges, the bolts are being connected. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See this part, whatever we have got in column part, we have connected 8 bolts, And even in this part of gusset plate angle, we have also collected the 8 bolts. So total 16 bolts. So by this problem gets completed. You can revise this problem. Detailing part is very important. You should provide detailing after completing the problem. Then only you can achieve the fetch the full marks. So everything I have mentioned here, I have given the steel table also. With respect to that, I have given the figures also. You can just revise this problem. Once if you revise this problem, you can understand it very clearly. But only thing the mention is that you need to understand this part. This part, step 4, 5, 6. These are very important steps. Always you need to remember these steps. Then only you can solve the gusset plate problems. So by this topic ends. Thank you.